You think you know Star Wars. What if I told you that the film that defined generations was just one step away from being a total disaster? That Harrison Ford got the role of Han Solo by accident because he was on set as a carpenter? That the sound of a lightsaber is just the hum of an old TV, and the movie studio had so little faith in the project, they gave George Lucas the toy rights, thinking they were worthless. These are the production secrets that prove the original Star Wars was a miracle that was never supposed to happen. Let's start with the heroes. George Lucas was looking for fresh, unknown faces. The casting sessions were chaotic. Mark Hamill won the role of Luke, but the story of Han Solo is legendary. Harrison Ford, a struggling actor at the time, was making ends meet as a carpenter. He was asked to help read lines with other actors during auditions, and his charisma and cynicism impressed Lucas so much that he gave him the role that actors like Kurt Russell and Christopher Walken were competing for. And the rest? Sir Alec Guinness, who played Obi-Wan, considered the script to be fairy tale rubbish, and only agreed to act in it on the condition that he'd receive 2% of the film's profits. That single decision made him a multi-millionaire. But even the best actors need a world to exist in. In the 1970s, nobody knew how to put space battles on screen like that. 20th Century Fox didn't have a special effects department, so Lucas had to create one. And so, Industrial Light and Magic was born, a motley crew of students, artists, and engineers creating miracles in an abandoned warehouse. They had no computers. Spaceships, like the Millennium Falcon, were built from hundreds of parts from model kits of tanks, planes, and cars. They used a technique called kit bashing, and the revolutionary fluid shots of the ship's movements. That was thanks to the Dijkstraflex camera, the first computer-controlled motion control system. It was a guerrilla operation that changed special effects forever. And what about the sound? That's a universe in itself. One man is responsible for it, Burtt. He was the genius who created sounds from everyday objects. A lightsaber? It's a combination of the hum from an old film projector motor and the buzz from a cathode ray tube television. The iconic pew-pew of blasters? Hitting a radio tower's guy wire with a hammer. Chewbacca's voice? A mix of sounds from bears, walruses, lions, and badgers. And R2-D2? That's a synthesizer mixed with Burt's own voice making baby-like cooing sounds. Every sound you know is the result of incredible creativity. However, all this creativity collided with a harsh reality. The production was a nightmare. On the first day of shooting in Tunisia, which stood in for Tatooine, a massive sandstorm hit, the first one in 50 years. Equipment broke down constantly, and Anthony Daniels nearly fainted from the heat inside the C-3PO suit. But the Tunisian desert was just the beginning of their troubles. Just before filming The Empire Strikes Back, Mark Hamill was in a serious car accident. Lucas and the writers had to quickly come up with a scene to explain his facial scars. That's how the Wampa attack on Hoth was born. What you see on screen is a reflection of the actor's real-life drama. Seeing all this chaos, it's no wonder the studio had zero faith in the film's success. 20th Century Fox was so sure Star Wars would be a box office bomb that they agreed to an unbelievable deal. George Lucas gave up a portion of his directing fee in exchange for two things: full rights to any potential sequels and all merchandising and toy rights. In the 70s, movie toys weren't a big business, so the studio executives thought they were giving him something worthless. That one decision cost them billions of dollars and allowed Lucas to build his own empire independent of Hollywood. After all the struggle, Lucas finally edited a rough cut of the film and prepared for the worst. He organized a private screening for his friends, all famous directors like Brian De Palma and Steven Spielberg. The result? A total disaster. The version they saw had clips from old World War II movies instead of finished special effects. De Palma mercilessly criticized the film, mocking the opening crawl and the dialogue. Almost everyone hated it. The only person who saw the genius in the chaos was Spielberg. He told Lucas it was going to be the biggest hit in history. But after the screening, a devastated Lucas was convinced he had just created the biggest failure of his career. As you can see, the path to a galaxy far, far away was bumpy, filled with chaos, improvisation, and happy accidents. It was this mix of desperation and genius that makes Star Wars more than just a movie. It's a miracle that was never supposed to happen. What are your favorite behind-the-scenes facts about Star Wars? Which secret surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you loved uncovering these Star Wars secrets and want to see which cinematic miracle we'll investigate next, hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.